Right. Am I audible, guys? Right. Yes, sir. So today what we would do is let us quickly try to do the stuff, same stuff whatever we have done in virtual networking with Azure PowerShell. The reason in Azure why you need to focus on PowerShell also is because classically majority of the people who started uh, Azure were Windows admins. Okay, so if you know Windows admins very well, they use PowerShell a lot. So you might end up in an organization where they might not be using CLI, they might be using PowerShell for everything. So when we learn Azure, PowerShell becomes a mandatory step. Okay, so let us basically try to do whatever we have done in Azure Virtual Network with PowerShell. Okay, so obviously in the foundation class we'll be discussing about whole lot of PowerShell scripting and all that stuff. But quickly I'll try to give you a very basic introduction to PowerShell. What Microsoft used to have is Microsoft used to have something called as batch programming, bat files. But when you compare bat or batch filing or batch scripting with shell scripting, it was not that great. It was not that automatable and all of that stuff. So Microsoft has decided to come up with a new scripting language for Windows world. So what they have done is in the backend they use C# to basically make this PowerShell work, but they have made it stronger. They have made it better than shell scripting in some of the aspects, right? So that is where your Azure PowerShell comes into play. Okay, so Azure PowerShell, whenever you are running internally, you are taking the help of whole programming language of Azure, whole programming language of C#. So you can do much more than what you can typically do on any shell. Okay, right. So in Azure PowerShell, what happens is we have a concept called as commandlet. Okay, so even though it is CMDlets, we call it as commandlets. Okay, so commandlets will be in the form of okay verb hyphen noun. Okay, so for example, you might have something called as get process. Get is a verb and process is a noun. Okay, and then you might have some arguments. Okay, so argument 1, value 1, something like this. It can go on till hyphen argument n. Okay, and value n. Okay, so every PowerShell commandlet will be in the format of this. Okay, and these commandlets are shipped okay together by combining all of them, and then they create something called as modules. Okay, so modules is collection of commandlets, and they have something called as functions, but I am not speaking about functions because you will not be using any of the functions, at least in this classroom. Okay, so whenever you want to install any specific PowerShell, what you would be installing is you would be installing a module. Okay, so module and commandlet. So let me show you some of the modules over here, right? So let us assume that I want to see what are the processes that are running in my machine. So I'll be using get process. Okay, so the advantage of PowerShell is in shell scripting we use grep or we use pipe. Okay, so for the people, this is for the people who come from the Linux world. If I do ls-al and then I basically pipe, and here whatever command which I write, okay, this whole data it will be sent to this, but it will be sent to this as text. It will be sent to this as text. So since text is send, you can use only text operators. If I use the same thing over here, get process, okay, and if I pipe it to any PowerShell commandlet, here it is not the text that travels, it is the object that travels. Okay, so every object in PowerShell will have some methods. Okay, so for example, I can write something like get process. Okay, something like this, where a name is equals to Chrome. Sorry, saying this. We cannot do this kind of querying in stuff. In if it is in PowerShell, if it is in Linux, we have to do something like okay, ls colon grep Chrome. Okay, it will do text searching. But here we are not doing text searching. We can do exact search, right? So this gives an advantage, right? I would say that I am not interested in not equals to Chrome. Okay, so not equals to Chrome. Okay, I can do. It sounds much simpler. Okay, but initially when you look at those statements, they might sound confusing. But the whole idea is right. This is a major difference. Whenever we do piping, the text travels in shell and the object travels in PowerShell. Okay, so in PowerShell, whenever you want commandlets, there are some commandlets which come along with PowerShell because we all know that if you have a Windows machine, you have PowerShell along with you, right? So Azure is also installed as Azure PowerShell commandlets are also made available as module. I am quite sure that you might have installed the command saying that install module hyphen name AZ. Yes or no? Install module hyphen name AZ. This is something which you might have done. After that, you might have written something like allow clobber and all of that stuff. But is this not what you have done? Yes, sir. Yes or no? There is a video which I have asked you to watch out for. Okay, but understand one thing, Azure PowerShell can work only on the machines which are having PowerShell greater than 5.1. So if you basically look into $PS version table, you should have 5.1. Right? On Windows 7, Windows 8, you will not have 5.1. Clear on this, sir? I'm not getting any response. That's the reason why I'm asking. Right? Okay. Now, so understand one thing. Verb in the case of Azure, or not verb, noun. Noun in the case of Azure PowerShell will have prefix of AZ. So for example, you might have something like get AZ resource group, create AZ VNet, something like this. Am I clear on this? So you will have that AZ word all the time. Okay. So basically, whenever you are working with PowerShell, how do I find the PowerShell commands? Okay. So how to search for PowerShell commandlets for Azure. The first thing is obvious, right? The same approach, whatever we have used in CLI. I'll go to Azure PowerShell. Okay. In Azure PowerShell, right? In Azure PowerShell documentation, if you scroll down a bit, okay, like what you have done for CLI, you will have the similar stuff. Okay. So obviously you have to install Azure PowerShell. Okay. Do this stuff. This is what I might have used. And then are using this reference. Yeah. So let me save this image. Okay. And now if you open this reference, so are you saying we see almost the similar stuff as what we have done in stuff. Let us assume that I want to create a resource group. Okay. So I'm just showing you so that you would get an idea. So right. Yeah. So you would have a service name and all of that stuff. Okay. Right. This is one way of doing it. Okay. So once you have installed these PowerShell modules, navigate to documents over here and search in reference section. Okay. For the services. Okay. So I'll put it only this because tomorrow the PowerShell version might change. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So for that we have created the image which is 93 and 94. Yeah. So /preview images / vnet 93.png and vnet 94.png. But there is a better way. There are other way around. I will not say better way. You find it out what is better for you. Other way is, so what is that I want to basically use? Okay. Let's assume we are searching for we are searching for resource group commandlets. We want to create a resource group. Okay. So what I would do is I would be using two PowerShell commandlets. Okay. The first commandlet which I'll be using is get command. Okay. So in get command, I know that there will be star, there will be AZ, and after AZ, let me search if there is anything called as resource group. Is this very difficult? Is this very difficult, sir? What is that I have done? Okay. I wanted to search for resource group. That's the reason why I have written AZ. We all know that every noun will have a suffix of AZ, right? Okay. Now, okay. Now what we would try to do is, okay, get command, okay. What is that I have done? Star hyphen AZ resource group star. Okay, good. Now if we want to create a resource group. Okay. So if you want to create a resource group from this, what do you think is a command which I can use? From this, is there any command that is trying to tell that I can create a resource group? Are you seeing something called as new-az resource group? Get-az resource group, will it create a new one, sir? This one will create, right? Get is to get the details, right? Yeah. Okay. So now what I would do is I want to understand this new resource group. So we have identified that the command is new resource group. Now I'll be using one more commandlet. I will try to execute get help hyphen online. Okay. New hyphen az resource group. So what is it I have done? Get help hyphen online new hyphen az, sorry, tabs work. Okay. Now what do you think is a better way? Okay. So now a documentation is opened. In this documentation, there is a syntax, right? There are examples, right? There are parameters, input. Sorry, let me try to look into this. This whole stuff, will it not help you in basically creating a resource group? Yeah. So shall we find the command for network? This I'll not be documenting. I'm just showing it to you so that you can make out. Shall we try to find a PowerShell commandlet for creating virtual network? How will I do that? Get command. Okay. So I know that there will be star hyphen az, and then I'm not sure whether it would be VNet or virtual network. So let me write VNet first. There is nothing, right? Now I'll be trying to write virtual network star. Now are you seeing some commands over here? Okay. So let me, after virtual network, there are many other things. So let me make this command more refined. Okay. I'll remove the star after this. So for this, from this, if I want to create a new virtual network, what do you think is a command which I should be using? New hyphen az virtual network, right? But I don't know how to use it. So I'll basically say get help hyphen online new hyphen az virtual network. Is it looking a difficult process to you? Right? So you will have examples how to create a virtual network with two subnets, how to create a virtual network with DNS subnets. There are loads of examples which are available. Okay. But one thing which you need to understand is whenever you're writing PowerShell commands, the output should always be saved. Okay. We have not done that in Azure CLI. It is not required. Okay. So because remember I have said that objects travel in PowerShell. Okay. So shall we get started in doing our activity, whatever we have done in the last class? Okay. So let me go to directdevops.blog. Okay. Azure Classroom Series. Okay. So now let's create a VNet with 4 subnets. Shall we do that, sir? Okay. So now, developer environment. Okay. So, developer environment is create a new folder, okay, with file name dot ps1. ps1 is extension of uh, with a new file, any file name dot ps1. Open this folder in Visual Studio Code. Okay. Ensure PowerShell extension is installed. Okay. I am going to do the same thing. So I'll go into C drive. I'll go into Azure. I'll basically get into PowerShell. I'll add date July 20, right? And in this July 20, I'm going to create a, okay. I'm going to open Visual Studio Code. Okay. So here I'm going to create a new file which is called as networking.ps1. Okay. Yeah. So if you look at extensions, I will ensure my PowerShell extension from Microsoft is installed. So for me, it is installed. That's the reason it is not showing the install icon. Am I clear on this? So I've created a file called as networking.ps1. I have installed this extension. Right. So, right. So now let's create a entire VNet in some region with 4 subnets using Azure PowerShell. Okay. So shall we get started? Yeah. 1 minute, guys. Let me install this update. This is basically it has been asking this stuff from the long time. All right. It would not take much of time. It would take a couple of minutes hardly. Let us wait for this installation to be done. Okay. Right. So now I have networking PS1. Now what is the first commandlet which I want to basically create? I want to create a resource group. Yes or no? Okay. So let me write create a resource group. Okay. So the output of the resource group I will always store as a variable $RESG equals to new hyphen AZ resource. Okay, it will take some time to get suggestions. Okay. So new hyphen resource group. We have already opened the examples over here. So how do I create a resource group? I can give hyphen name, hyphen location. If I want to give tags, I can give a tags. If you want to look at examples, you can look at these examples. Yeah. So shall I do that? Yes, sir. Update it. Okay. Right. Now, basically what I would end up doing is I'll be giving my name of the resource group hyphen name, and let me give name of the resource group as from PS. From PS means PowerShell. Okay. right? And then I can give location hyphen location. My location will be central. I can give central US. Okay. Now, since this name I will be using again and again, I can create a variable for that. Okay. So let me create resource group underscore name equals to from PowerShell. Okay. Or you need not do that. Let me show you the outputs. Okay. Central US. Am I clear on this, sir? Yeah. Now, generally look at this resource group and then go into this output section. So what is the output type over here? PS resource group. If you go into this PS resource group, it says that you have properties like location, resource group name, and you will get all of this stuff. Okay. So if you want to use location, you can use $resource $resg dot location. If you want resource group name, you can use $resg dot resource group name. Am I clear with this? Okay. Now let's create a virtual network, right? So for everything, I'll be basically putting one variable around it. Dollar, okay, VNet, okay, equals to new AZ virtual. Are you seeing it is giving me help already? Virtual network. And then hyphen hyphen. So you can look into these examples, right? How do I create a virtual network? I can give hyphen name. Hyphen name. So name of my virtual network, I'll try to give it as entire. Okay. And then what is the next thing which I need to give? Resource group name. I have already said that I can get the resource group name by saying $resg dot. Okay. If you basically look into this, okay, it is helping me out, but $resg dot, okay, resource group name. Okay. Because we have looked at the outputs of PS resource group. Yes or no? Was there something like this? Okay. Now, whenever I create a resource group name, the other thing also which I have to give is location. Okay. So location will be $resg dot location. Okay. And then in virtual network, what are the other things which we need to give? We need to give about address prefixes, right? And we need to give about subnets. Right? So you can create the subnets while you are adding this virtual network itself. Fine. First, let us add address prefix. Okay. Till address prefix is mandatory. So I'll be writing hyphen address prefix. And what is the address prefix type? It is a string array. So just look at some example, how they are giving address prefix. Right? So let us give a range of 172.16.0.0/60. Yeah. And then I have to give subnets. Okay. I can give multiple subnets while I am creating the virtual network itself. So what we would do is you can first create the subnets and assign them when you are creating the virtual networks. This is not creating. This is just you are having variables. And these variables will be passed just like how they have done it. And let me use the same logic over here. Okay. Now what I would try to do is, okay, create subnet references. And then I'll be writing it as $web subnet is equals to, let me go back and do the same stuff. Get command star hyphen AZ. I am not sure what would be, but let me try to write it as subnet. It will have some word called as subnet in that. That is something which I am sure. So out of this, what would be the command which I would be using for creating the subnet? What would be the command? Okay. Don't look at this. AC is what we need to basically look at. Okay. So if you are finding it difficult, okay, are you seeing new AZ subnet config? Okay. So this is what I would be using. New AZ virtual network subnet config. Now, how do I get the help of it? Get help hyphen online. Okay. So I can give name, address prefix. If I create a network security group, I can have a network security group at this moment itself. Okay. So, but right now I'm not basically creating a network security group at this moment. So that is something which you guys would be doing. Okay. So new AZ. Okay. New AZ virtual network subnet config. And in this, what is that I need to pass? Okay. Just look at what he is passing. He is giving some name, right? So for me, name would be web, and then he was giving the address prefix. Address prefix would be 172.16.0.0/24. Okay. Is there anything else which I need to give? No. Right. So similarly, I'll be creating the other 4 subnets. Okay. Web, app. Here I'll be writing it as app. 172.16.1.0. Right. DB subnet. Okay. This will be 2.0. And at the last, I think we will be working on management subnet. Okay. So the name will be management and the address prefix will be 3.0. Right. Now here in the virtual network, wherever I have to give subnets, now I'd be giving all of these subnets in a comma specific in the comma fashion, like how it is mentioned over here. So what are the subnets which we have? Dollar web subnet, comma, dollar app subnet, comma, dollar DB subnet, comma, dollar management subnet. Okay. So that's it. We are all set. Okay. Now let me copy this. Okay. And I'll be sharing this stuff with you. Okay. Now what you can do is you can just like what we have done, right click. Okay. And then run selection. You can do run selection from here. But what I will be doing is I'll be copying these commands and running them one by one in PowerShell. Okay. So what is that we have messed up? Oh man. Right. Let me correct it. New AZ resource. Right. New AZ resource. Oh man, I seriously need to do one more thing. Okay. So before we get started into all of that, okay, the first thing which you need to basically do is you need to do connect. For me, it is already connected. That's the reason why it is working. So connect AZ account. Remember in CLI we have done AZ login. Okay. So use connect AZ account to log in into Azure so that PowerShell can use credentials. Okay. similar to AZ login. Okay. Remember in Azure CLI, we have first done AZ login. Yeah. For me, it is already logged in. That's the reason why it has not shown any issue. Okay. Now, what is the next stuff? Okay. Before I do this, let me try to show you echo $RESG dot location. So using central resource group and then dot resource group name. Is it getting the values? Yeah. Right. Okay. Fine. So it is trying to tell that there are breaking changes that are going to come over here. Okay. So if you are using resource ID, now you have to use something called as NAT gateway ID. Right. Old way, if you are using input object, then you have to give NAT gateway. Since we are not using any of the stuff, there is nothing problematic for us. Okay. And then app subnet. Okay. Right. And then DB subnet. Okay. And then management subnet. Okay. And then at the last, virtual network. Okay. So execute the above commands in the PowerShell terminal. Okay. And navigate to Azure portal. And navigate to Azure portal to view. Okay. VNet and the subnets in it. Okay. So it is done. Let me go to Azure portal. Okay. So let me get into resource groups. Okay. Rising from PS. Yeah. Oh. Rising entire. Okay. Enter. Let me get into subnets. Let me wait for the UI to be populated. Yeah. So if you remember, I've created a resource group called as from PS. My virtual network is entire. Okay. In that I've created subnets. I've created 4 subnets and these are my ranges. Yes. So your organization might use PowerShell or CLI. We should be ready for both. That's the reason why we are trying to do all of that. Okay. Right. Now, oh, sorry. You can also search this in your PowerShell itself. There is no need for you to go to portal. Okay. So now get command. Okay. Star hyphen AZ virtual network. So in this, are you saying get? In this, are you saying get? I don't use PowerShell ISC, sir. I use Visual Studio Code. Harish, I'll not be doing that. ISC is a stupid way of doing it because you have to do a lot of UI interactions. No, I'll not be doing that ISC. For that, you attend foundation classes, not in Azure class. Right. Okay. Right, sir. So basically in this, what is the command that can help me to get virtual networks? Okay. So get command. Sir, what is the command which can help me in getting virtual networks? Yeah. Yeah. Right. So I can basically use get AZ virtual network and okay, this is not get command, right? This is get help. Okay. Hyphen online. Now you go to the examples. It tries to tell that retrieve a virtual network. Okay. So how will I retrieve my virtual network now? So get AZ virtual network hyphen resource group name. So what was the resource group name? From PS. So are you saying you got the information? You got the information saying that you have something called as entire resource group name is from PS. It has the following subnets in this. Yeah. So even getting the Azure virtual networks, you really need not go to portal every time. You can basically fetch this information from here itself. Okay. So is there any need for you to remember the PowerShell commandlets? Okay. So to get info about Azure virtual networks in PowerShell, okay, execute get, okay, execute verb get based commandlets. Okay. So in Azure PowerShell, it is always get, which will show you the information. Okay. Right. Now, okay, extend this virtual network by creating, okay, a network security group. Network security group. Can you guys create a network security group? Yeah. How do you do that? Get command. Okay. I don't know. There will be something called as AZ, but after AZ, there should be something called as security. Okay. So out of all of this, I am finding there is network security group. So now I'll filter my query. Are you seeing? Okay. So I'll basically say that get command star hyphen AZ network security group. Now are you seeing? Okay. Now get help new hyphen AZ network security group. Okay. Sorry saying, don't forget to look at examples. Okay. Examples will give you the detailed picture. Okay. How can you add rules and all of that stuff? Okay. So add a network security group which allows 22 and 80 port for internet, all for virtual network, and rest denied. Can you guys do this, sir? Yes or no? Is it possible for you to do this? Or do you want me to do this? Yeah. Is PowerShell looking okay or CLI was better? Yeah. From PowerShell, you can do complicated tasks also, right? CLI is designed to be simple, whereas PowerShell is powerful. So, right, your organization will never know, sir. unfortunately, in many of the cases, we will not have a choice. We have to go by what your organization says. So it is better that we get prepared with both of this. Okay. So if you are good at one thing and if you can work on other things, that is more than enough. But you cannot tell that I know only CLI, I'll use CLI, that might not work out. Right? Good, sir. So I think I'll stop it at that. And tomorrow, what we will do is we will evaluate whatever PowerShell which we have done, and then we would get into multi-network scenarios. So we will be getting into something called as peering. We will try to understand VPNs. So there are a couple of things which would be starting in our next class, which is VPC peering and virtual private networks. And before that, I have to also speak about endpoints. Okay. So these are the next topics where we will come to a conclusion on networking. Then we have to speak about load balancers, and then we need to get into Azure Active Directory. So there is a lot of stuff. Okay, this weekend, next weekend on we will have a 3 hours class of Azure. All right. So be prepared for that. Next weekend we'll have 3 years of class only for Azure. Okay. Right, sir. Thank you for that. Thank you for your time, and ensure that you are practicing all of this. Right. Okay, sir. Thank you.